Welcome to CE Institute. My name is Selena Belisle. I am the founder and one of the instructors here at the school. And I'm going to share with you some quick tips on how to take our home study online self-paced training. I have a lot of information to review, especially for students who are new to online training. I will try to quickly consolidate this to provide you the best training experience possible. Please simply rewind any portion of this video if I'm going too quickly for you. Please use an updated laptop or desktop computer to take our online computer-based training. Please do not attempt to use a cell phone or tablet to take our computer-based training because while they may work sometimes, they can also fail. And we cannot help people if they are using an inappropriate device to take our computer-based training. Please make sure that your license name matches the name on your payment method because that's the name that will print on your CE certificate. That means whatever name is on your credit card or PayPal account or however you pay for the training, that name that's entered with the payment method is printed on your CE certificate as the student name. So please do not allow others to pay for your training because then their name will be printed on your certificate. And to avoid educational fraud and trafficking issues and so forth, we will not change that. We do not swap, edit, or change student names on CE certificates or registration records as a matter of company policy. After you pay for your training, you will have two different ways to log into the home study program. The first is our automated computer systems will send you an email link to be able to use 24/7 to access your training until it expires. We also have a website that you can visit. It's lms.ceinstitute.com. And you can log in there directly with your email address. If you haven't set up a password, you'll need to click the Forgot Password link and set one up. If you are not able to log in with either of those methods, then please email us here at the school at info@ceinstitute.com. We will get back to you as quickly as we can. The number one issue of why students can't log in is usually they've made a typo when entering their email address or they're looking with the wrong address as well. Make sure that you're using the email address that you used with your payment and registration with the school to log into our home study program. After you log into your home study course, you're going to find a page that looks a little bit like this. You'll see the course title in this example. It's the 12 CE Hour Sanitation course. You're simply going to click on that course title to begin your training. After you click on your course title, your course will open for you to view. If you've purchased a course with video, you're going to see a play button in the middle of the page. There's also a play button in the lower left-hand corner of video training on the slide bar. Press either of these two buttons to play your video. If you purchased an ebook, you'll simply read the ebook by scrolling down on the right-hand side of the page. Our online home study training has multiple units to it. Once you've completed your first unit of training, you're going to click the blue box at the bottom of your page. It says complete and continue, and that will take you to your next unit of home study training. If you're watching video and you want to pause it for a short break, you can simply press the pause button that's depicted here with a circle and an arrow in the lower left-hand corner of your video training screen. When you want to resume training after a short break, you can simply press that pause button for your video to play again. One of the most common questions we have about our home study program is, can they start the training and then stop it and go to work or whatever you need to do and come back to it and pick up where you left off? And the answer is yes, you can. You can stop and start as many times as you'd like before your course access expires. We like to jam pack our training with as much information as possible. So if you want to listen to something again, you can simply use that same video slider progress bar where the pause button is to rewind and even fast forward through some of our videos. Almost all of our home study courses have multiple training units within them. We do have a shortcut to navigate between the different training units. At the top of your video page, the top of the website, there's a maroon horizontal bar that has white forward and backward arrows. That's where you can navigate forward and backwards throughout the different training units of your home study course. These come in handy if you want to go back and rewatch some of the past videos that you've already seen. It's very important once you've watched each training unit that you do depress the completed Let's Continue button at the bottom of the page. That's the only way you're going to make it to the end of your training and earn your CE certificate. We provide quite a bit of training companion material with home study courses. To access these files, to download them if you'd like to keep them, we ask that you log into your training. Once you've logged into your course, in the maroon bar in the upper right-hand side, you'll see the word Files. Simply click on that, and a drop-down box with all the different files that come with your course will be listed there. Here we're showing the files that come with some of our reflexology courses. You would simply click on each file and download it if you want to save it or keep it. Make sure you back up your files because we do not email or mail these to students for any reason or at any time. So it's really important to get these downloaded before your course access expires, because if you do not download them, you will not receive them. To provide a superior training experience and to keep our class prices extremely low, we do limit student access time on our home study system. Your course access time is provided on the website page where you would purchase your training. Shorter courses have shorter access times, longer courses have longer access. It's critical to complete your training during your access time because we do not provide training extensions for any reason. We usually provide 10 times the amount of training time that's needed to complete any of the training. So additional access time has already been provided in your purchase. You can view your home study course expiration date on your home study account next to your course title, and we've shown you an example here with the 12 CE hour sanitation course. Next to the course title, there will be a maroon box, and that will have the expiration date of your training. Now, the computers calculate your access time from the minute of purchase. So if you waited until the last minute to access your training, just know that if you, say, purchased your training today at noon and it had a 2-week access period, your training would expire at noon 2 weeks from now. We recommend waiting to purchase training until you're ready to start it right away to make sure you complete it on time, because we cannot reactivate or extend expired training. Now, with home study training, where you take it at your own pace and there's no instructors watching or supervising your training while you're on the computer, the boards require that you pass a quiz to show that you've actually learned the material for CE credit and a certificate. Now, different boards have different passing grades. They're usually between 70 and 75%, and most of our students pass our quizzes on the first try. But if you do not pass your quiz right away, don't worry. You can take your quiz as many times as you need to until you pass or your course access expires. Once your course access expires, it's deactivated. You do not get a certificate or credit if you have not passed your quiz. We cannot provide partial credit for home study training. So it's very important to pass your quiz before your course access expires. After you pass your quiz, you will be provided an option to complete a course survey, which is required by the boards to issue CE credit. You will need to complete this survey to be able to download your CE certificate. We do not email or mail these to students. You will need to download it on your own. So to get to your certificate, please click the Start Survey button. There will only be a few questions there for your course survey. We hope that you enjoyed it and give us a great review. And after you've completed your survey, you'll see a button on the last question that says Submit Survey, and we've put a red arrow next to that. After you submit your survey, you will be able to download your certificate. Students can download and print their own CE certificates from the home study system after they've submitted their survey and completed their training. In order to do this, just click the Download Certificate button as we've shown here on the right-hand side of your computer screen. We recommend students to save this to their computer device, back it up to a cloud or an external hard drive, and print it if you have a printer for your own future needs. Students will not receive a copy of their certificate unless they download it themselves out of the home study system, similar to the student files. We can email a copy of a student's CE certificate. However, the school does charge a fee to do this. So please download your CE certificate for free while your course is still active. I have some additional information to share with you about testing because it could be different depending on which course you purchased. We have anywhere from 1 CE hour courses to 30+ hour packages and bundles. If you're taking a little 1 CE hour course, it's very straightforward. You review the material, pass your test, take your survey, download your certificate. Very easy. But for courses that are over 6 hours long or multiple subjects or packages or bundles, you're going to have a test after you complete each section of your training. It's smaller test, more regularly administered rather than saving one big test at the end. And we did that based on student feedback. Students said they wanted their little quizzes after each subject rather than one big test at the end. So we hope that makes you happy. That is something we changed last year based on student feedback. It's still the same number of questions that were required to ask by the boards. The boards require that we ask 5 test questions per CE hour. So whether we space out the questions in between the different subjects or hold them all to the end, still the same amount of questions. We just think that the testing is a little bit more convenient and easier for you based on student feedback and right after you complete each subject. We sell a lot of packages and bundles in our home study system, and to streamline things based on student feedback, we will issue 1 certificate for each bundle or package that you've purchased. So if you purchased hot stone and aromatherapy massage with ethics, errors, laws, trafficking, you will receive 1 certificate that shows each course that you took in your package or bundle. We do not issue separate certificates for these after student feedback that they wanted just 1 certificate for the entire package. We've been using our home study system since 2016, well before COVID. So it's known as an extremely reliable and robust system as long as we're following the guidelines we reviewed here. Very rarely a student might experience a screen freeze issue, or they're not able to navigate in the home study, or some issue that happens when they drop internet connection. And if you're on Wi-Fi, which is known to drop often, or on a cell phone on cellular, which is even worse, if you drop connection, that will freeze the home study system. No problem at all. Simply log out of the home study, make sure that your internet connection is restored and stable, and then log back in. If that doesn't resolve the issue, reboot your computer device. Log back in, make sure you clear and clean your cache and cookies, and maybe try a different internet browser. Believe it or not, those 3 tips resolve 99% of issues that are reported to us, which again is very rare. If that does not resolve your issues, please email the school as soon as possible. Remember, these are limited time access courses. Detail whatever's going on with your computer device. Try to send it in one email so that we can quickly respond to you. When we're getting multiple emails, that kind of clogs our inbox and it takes us longer to respond to them all. And we will try and help you as quickly as we can so that you can get back to your training. After you complete your survey and download your certificate, the school will be notified by our computer systems that you've completed your training for CE reporting, if this applies for you. Right now, we're reporting CE hours to CE broker for Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and South Carolina massage therapist. You can view a list of updated boards that we're reporting to at the time of your purchase by looking at the facts page on our website at ceinstitute.com. That list could increase or decrease at the time of your purchase. Now, we will report your CE hours to CE broker usually within 1 day to 1 week of your course completion. As we get closer to license expiration dates, where sometimes we're reporting on an hourly basis. Please do not email us the second you finish your training and ask us to report your hours for you, because we don't report them individually and it delays the amount of time we can spend on actually reporting. However, if you're having some type of emergency, such as you took this training because your license is expired, or let's say it's been, a week and a half and you still don't see the CE report, feel free to email us. We'll be happy to look into the situation for you and try and help you. Our school primarily provides training for government relicensing needs. We do have a lot of steps and policies, and most of these are to meet board requirements to issue legitimate CE credit for your own licensing requirements. I want to thank you for spending all the time watching all the different steps and policies that we do follow here at the school. Most professional CE providers will have similar steps and policies, but we try and go the extra mile, and you can probably see that from this video right here. So we hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions whatsoever, please email the school. We're happy to answer and support you, and we hope to see you in our home study program.